that art and music education programs are mandatory in countries that rank consistently the highest for subjects like math and science, and those countries are Japan, Hungary, and the Netherlands. So as children, we probably all took art classes and enjoyed the process. Little did we know that participating in these art classes provide us with the beneficial skills of language development, decision-making, visual learning, inventiveness, and cultural awareness. As an artist, I find that I am credible to talk about this subject because art education is crucial in the early stages of our development. I am very concerned about this issue because recent studies have shown that art programs have decreased by 50% nationwide. So the arts are essential to learn at an early age as they provide us with the necessary building blocks in order to continue with our development. Today I'll discuss the problems with the lack of funding in the arts, the causes of this issue, and a few solutions that can help. So the big question is, if the arts are so important to learn, why are they being removed from schools? And the answer is budget cuts. More than 80% of the funds have been cut since 2008, and this is affecting low-income neighborhoods. And recently a study has shown that 20% of public schools have lost their art teachers. So due to the recession, schools in wealthier neighborhoods have been able to receive private funding, allowing them to continue with their art programs. But unfortunately, low-income neighborhoods and the schools in those neighborhoods don't have that same luxury of receiving donations, so they've had to go on without having their art programs. Consequently, limiting the number of art programs has resulted in an increase in dropout rates and a decrease in test scores. According to Tim Walker, in an article published in 2013, The Good and Bad News About Art Education in U.S. Schools, he said economically disadvantaged students who had exposure to the arts were more likely to have planned to earn a bachelor's degree by 74% than were economically disadvantaged students by 43%, which means that those who were exposed to the arts had a better chance of graduating college. So now that you know about the problems, I'll move forward with the causes. So many people find that the arts are unnecessary and that money should be funded for programs like math, English, and science. According to Marina Fang, in an article called Public Schools / Art Education and Turn to Private Funding in 2013 by thinkprogress.org, she states the causes for the decrease in funding as schools across the country have faced budget shortfalls in recent years. A common cost-cutting measure is to slash funding for arts education, prioritizing what are deemed more essential subjects. In addition, money that can be used to fund our programs is being used to support wars, jails, and other things that don't have to do with education. In a report between 2006 to 2013, spending on art supplies and equipment has decreased by 84%. Also, LA Unified has had to lay off a third of their 345 art teachers from 2008 to 2012. Now that you know about the causes, I'll talk about a few solutions. A temporary solution is for parents to take their student to private art classes, but these classes are really expensive and not everybody has the funds to take their kids to these classes. So that's why it's only a temporary solution. Also, neighborhoods don't always have these classes. Recently, LA Unified has begun taking a stand and they've begun fundraisers to raise millions of dollars in order for them to continue to support their art programs. But essentially, the federal government is the one that needs to prioritize where they should be putting their money to. In an article called 11 Facts About Art Education published by DoSomething.org, it states that federal funding for the arts and humanities rolls around $250 million a year, while the National Science Foundation is funded around the $5 billion mark, which means that the art programs are only getting a fraction of $5 billion that science programs are getting, which is really unfair. Recently, or actually locally, parents in the Oakland area have tried to send their students to schools such as the Oakland School of the Arts, but this school has faced an increase in enrollment and there's now a wait list, which means that parents are trying to give their children the best education, but these schools are being impacted because everybody wants an art education. So to conclude, I talked about the problems, causes, and solutions to support art programs, and I hope you take with you some valuable information on the challenges that students are facing nationwide. In conclusion, I hope you've learned some valuable information about the results of budget cuts. The arts are essential to learn at an early age as they provide us with the necessary building blocks in order to continue with our development. Today I discussed the problems with the lack of funding in the arts, the causes of this issue, and a few solutions that can help. Finally, I hope you have had some time to reflect on your own art education and how it has brought you to where you are now.